So we start this lecture by defining electric force. The electric force is nothing but charge times the electric field. Now we want to define magnetic force acting on a charged particle. So for that we need the concept of a magnetic field, and for right now you should think of magnetic field as some field, say similar to electric field. So magnetic force acting on a charge q moving with some velocity v in the magnetic field, say B vector, is given as, so force here is a vector, is q times the velocity vector. You take a cross product with the magnetic field. So this is the cross product here. So the magnitude of the force is given as, you take absolute value of the charge qvb times sine theta. So where theta is the angle between the velocity vector and the magnetic field. So the angle here is theta. Now since we have a cross product, this force vector will be perpendicular to both velocity and the magnetic field. So in case this velocity and the magnetic field are parallel, that is theta is 0, you plug theta equals to 0 here in this equation, you get force as 0. So also notice that if charge is 0, you will get 0 force. If velocity is 0, you will get 0 force. And if magnetic field is 0, you will get 0 force. Now let us do an example. So say you're given a charge and this charge has some velocity. It is moving in an electric field which is given to you, and some magnetic field is given to you. So you're given some three vectors as velocity, electric field and magnetic field. So the total force which is acting on the particle is sum of this equation 1 here, that is electric force, and the magnetic force. So this you can say, okay, this is electric force and this is, say, magnetic force. So you add these two forces, 1 plus 2 here, and you take charge q common outside, you get q, then bracket start E vector plus cross product of velocity with the magnetic field. You plug in the three values. Now if you know how to compute cross product and add two vectors, this is very easy. You just get the force vector. Now we want to talk about the units of magnetic field. So we measure magnetic field in terms of Tesla. So we call the unit as Tesla. So let us compare Tesla with this equation here. Now in this equation right here, the force is measured in newtons, the charge is measured in coulombs, the velocity is measured in meters per second, and we just said that B is measured in Tesla. Sine theta does not have any units since it's just a ratio. So you get Tesla is equal to Newton over Coulomb times meters per second. So 1 Tesla is equal to 1 Newton over coulombs times meters per second. Now we want to talk about direction of the magnetic field. So magnetic field could have any direction, but we can, for this course and for this purpose, we will mostly take magnetic field entering into the screen. Now entering into the screen we will denote like this. This is into the screen. So this looks like the back end of an arrow. And out of the screen we will denote like this. So this is out of the screen. So this is into the screen and this is out of the screen. Now we talk about magnetic force acting on a current carrying conductor. Now if a charge is moving with some velocity, drift velocity Vd, in a magnetic field B. So the magnetic field is given to you right here. It is going into the screen. So it looks like the back end of an arrow. And it is moving with some drift velocity Vd. So the magnetic force acting on it is qvd cross product with the magnetic field vector. So this is nothing but this equation 2 where velocity has been replaced by Vd. Now the force acting on a positive particle is acting upwards, F vector. So let us see this. So if velocity is like this, we are going to draw 3D kind of a figure here. Velocity is given to you like this, and the magnetic field is like this. So you have V vector cross product with B vector. So you're going from V vector to B vector. So if you go from V to B in this direction, which is anti-clock, the force vector is always upwards. So the force acting on the charged particle is upwards right here. What about the negative particle? In the negative particle, which is now here in green, you see the velocity is in the opposite direction. So positive particles and current move in the same direction. The negative particles, that is electrons, move in the opposite direction of the current. So now you have velocity like this and you have magnetic field like this. So again, this is V vector cross product with B vector. So you have to go from V to B, you go from V to B. Now this is clockwise. So if you have clockwise, then the force vector points downwards. So the force acting on the negative particle is downwards. So this is how the wire looks like. Now if the charge density is N, then the total charge is N times the volume of the charged conductor. Now the volume is given as area times the length. So this is a cross section area is A. You multiply this with length, you will get the total volume. So you get NaL is the total volume. So the total charge is Q times NV. Q is a fundamental charge, you can say. So this you multiply by Q. So this is how you get QNAL here for the total charge. Again, we are taking equation 2 here. You have velocity vector and the magnetic field. Now you take the direction of velocity and you put it on the length. So you make length into a vector. And what is I? I from previous lectures we have computed it to be QNAVD. From the previous lectures, we know the current is given to us as QNAVD. Now this VD here enters as a scalar and you have transferred the vector here to the length vector. So you get force as current times the length vector cross product with the magnetic field. Now instead of L vector, if you have small vector ds, you plug it in here, ds vector, integrate both sides, and then you get force acting as like this. That is current times the integral from A to B. So this A to B could be the length of the conductor, and then you have this small ds vector cross product with the magnetic field.